have a look at this woke influencer having an absolute meltdown about, oh no, Donald Trump's campaign promises. And as you do, ask yourself, what's the problem with these?
You may have heard of Project 2025, but this is from Agenda 47. And you can read all of these on his website. First, he promises that he will carry out the largest domestic deportation operation in history. He will also ask for the death sentence for anyone convicted of human trafficking.
We're going to seal up the border. Because right now we have an invasion. We have an invasion of millions and millions of people that are coming into our country. We have to stop the invasion.
He will close the Department of Education and return all education standards to the states to decide. He will put prayer back into school, and he will criminalize any race-based advantage programs. He will end the Affordable Care Act. He will ban gender-affirming care for adults and children, and he will ban any federal dollars from going towards gender-affirming care, which means anyone with government-provided health care will no longer be able to access gender-affirming care except for Viagra and Cialis. Those will still be available. He will propose a constitutional amendment that gives a term limit to Congress. He will deploy the Department of Justice to investigate the Biden crime family and any of his adversaries or political rivals. He will immediately pardon all of the January 6thers, and he will create a task force to investigate anyone who arrested, charged, or imprisoned a January 6er. He will increase the penalties for underage criminal offenders, strengthen immunity for police officers, and deploy the National Guard to patrol woke cities. On day one, he will reassess our participation in NATO and says that every European country needs to pay the United States for protection. He will remove all of the limits on American natural gas exports and drill baby drill for oil domestically.
So we're going to come together. We're going to drill baby drill right away. Drill baby drill.
So that's Agenda 47.
What
a legend.
Stop. We can only get so excited here. So let's get this straight. I mean, deportations of illegals, criminalizing divisive DEI nonsense, getting rid of the education bureaucracy that is making American kids as stupid and jelly-brained as Joe Biden. Congressional term limits? Finally investigating the Bidens properly? Whew, I'm sorry, I watched that whole video to the end and there was a lot more. Amazingly, I didn't see any authorization from the Trump campaign there, which is funny because that looked an awful lot like an ad for Donald Trump, not a rant on TikTok against
Genesis 50:20, the New Living Translation Bible. You intended to harm me, but God intended it all for good. He brought me to this position so I could save the lives of many people.